2010 Mazdaspeed3. 2010, that was like 6 or 7 years ago, right? No, more like 11. Shout out to all the seniors this year, class of 2022. You're all in the 12th grade. So when was this car new? Wait, you were all in the 1st grade? An entire class of students went through their whole education since this car was new. And yet, the Mazdaspeed3 remains a dream car for many. Well, that's a testament to its cultural relevance. So do you want your dream car? You can win this. Click the link in the description. Every mug you buy is a chance to win this 350 horsepower tuned Mazda 3. Hot drinks in a mug, hot hatch car. Click the link in the description. Yeah, you heard me. 350 horsepower in a hatchback. The original Mazdaspeeds, I think, made 220. This makes 350. That's the same power as a Focus RS in a smaller package. 350 horsepower is 24 more horsepower than a stock 4th gen Supra. And all of that is driving the front wheels, which is safer. Really? You get the fun yanker right down here if you want your dick to look big. It's honestly pleasurable and useful. There, traction control. The road's wet and traction control kicked back. Do I dare turn the traction control off in wet with this kind of power? And the answer is no, because I have to keep the car intact. I love this. The little boost gauge is like, I don't know, all of it? Normally it shouldn't go like that. I mean, the little boost gauge down there is like, well, it will give you an approximate, but now it's pushing more boost than it's supposed to, and it's, I don't know. The Mazdaspeed3 debuted in 2006 for the 2007 model year, and for a portion of America, nobody appreciated this, the Mazdaspeed3, until the Ford Fiesta ST came out to the party all yes in 2014. So anybody with disposable cash paid dealer markups to be the first to own the new hot hatch from across the pond. Mazdaspeed3. Look at it. It's like it's going yeah. Mazdaspeed3. Yeah. Yeah. And that looking different was enough to keep prices low, available to the casual enthusiast and people on a limited budget who wanted their first turbo car, but didn't want a trashed bug-eyed WRX. Is it talking to you?
Would you like to connect to another paired phone now?
Yes.
Entering the Setup Select Phone menu. Please say 1, 4.
iPhone 12 Pro Max.
2, 4. Bluetooth device 2. 3, 4. Bluetooth device 3. 4, 4. Bluetooth device 4. 5, 4. Bluetooth device 5. 6, 4. Bluetooth device 6. 7, 4. Bluetooth device 7.
7-4.
7. Is this correct?
Yes.
Available options are yes or no, or say cancel to return to main menu.
Yes. Yes. Select phone? What does that mean?
I mean, it was like the world's longest game of Simon.
Bluetooth device 7. Not found. Returning to main menu.
What do you want from us?
What are you doing? What does that mean?
Our firstborn, a nice dinner at Outback.
What are you asking for?
Pardon? By pressing the talk button and saying a command. For improved recognition, speak clearly without pausing between words or numbers. To hear a list of available commands, say help at any menu. To exit Bluetooth hands-free, press the hang-up button at any time. For additional Bluetooth hands-free information, please refer to the owner's manual. This concludes the tutorial. Returning to main menu.
Call.
Available options are call, dial, redial, phone book, emergency, voice training, tutorial, or setup.
Set up. Phone.
Bluetooth device 7. Not available. Would you like to connect to another paired phone now?
I feel like I'm trying to cancel my cable.
Phone book. Phone book. Oh, it just gave up. It just gave up finally. It's like, nope, I'm not doing that anymore.
So we have an SD card here, and it goes all the way up here. One of the weird things I never noticed with any Ford product or Mazda product, that way up there's an SD card slot, and it's for your navigation system, but Ben and I are like, where?
Nolo Tango.
So we've got, well, that's our,
Yeah, that's for the radio.
focus. There we go. So we've got satellite radio up, oh boy.
What's happening?
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
So it says this has navigation, but that's just says radio. Is there a
There's display? Will it do something if I close this door? Is that why? It says all it wants to say is door open.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, how do I say agree?
Do I do it from here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that!
Look at that.
That is like a
Right.
Game Boy Advance. We gotta say how small that screen is.
God, it's tiny.
It's so tiny.
I mean, what is that? That might
But it
be
knows where.
3.5 inches?
Yeah, we need. Okay, this is an iPhone 11 in a life-proof case, but that's for comparison how tiny that screen is.
That's absurd.
We live in a society.
I mean, it's nice in line. My view of what this Mazdaspeed 3 is, it's making 350 horsepower. Stock, these things were somewhere, and people are going to debate this, because then you get the Ford Focus ST wrapped up in the Mazda 3. 225, a wide berth, 225 to 250 horsepower. This is at least 100 horsepower over stock. And I've talked to people both in live streams and in person who are driving a Ford Fiesta ST. Those things make about 190 stock. You put a tune on it, don't change anything, just do an ECU tune, now you're over 200. Great. And so they've been driving around happy with 200 horsepower, and already they're talking about they want 500 in their next build. And I'm like, hang on. Let me show you what 350 horsepower is. And you see I missed third right there. But also there's some houses right here.
This camera's moving on us.
The camera's moving on us?
I don't know which one's loose, but
It's
I saw
moving
it
in which direction?
It just went,
Oh, okay. With the torque? That's pretty funny.
probably. See it?
Looks for the kid. The GoPro has a stabilization on it, so we'll see if it picks it up. But the torque under boost is moving the camera. It's so wide, it's probably fine.
Yeah. Oh man, those front. You're just on
This
the
thing
bump
is so
stops.
low to the ground. I hope whoever wins this. Look, if you're in Pennsylvania, you know what you're getting yourself into. But if you live far, but if you're going to be farther south, this type of ride height isn't going to hurt you too much. All right, so here comes a Pennsylvania thing. Tunnel coming up.
It's a weak horn.
Yeah, the whole car is tuned except the horn. You could be like the rest of the Subaru people, put hella horns in this. Although you probably couldn't, because hella horns are always in the front, and this thing has a big intercooler taking up a lot of space in the front, so there's no room for hella horns. So you just got to run your stock beepers in this thing. Welcome to 2010. Instagram just launched. Train continues to flood the airwaves with their potato salad brand of rock, and we lost Leslie Nielsen. We were also introduced to the second generation of the Mazdaspeed 3, the performance hatch for the risk taker in life. I'm talking Anniversary dinner on a Friday with no reservation type of risky. Because you get the 2.3-liter MZR DISI turbo engine matched to a 6-speed manual with wider gear ratios than the first generation. You may never get to be Tom Cruise hanging off of a helicopter at varying altitudes, but you can have the accessible thrills of a decommissioned amusement park ride by way of the second-gen Mazdaspeed3. Just like advice from someone who loves you, the ride is just as harsh as it needs to be to leave an impression. And like the actions you take off of that advice, you can end the day better than you found it. Among other things, the second gen also got standard torque sensing, limited slip differential, and conical configuration along with, oh my god, who cares? Look, it's a hot hatch Mazda 3 with greater structural rigidity and a better engine. Hell, this model year was one of 3 separate years where the Mazdaspeed3 made Car and Driver's 10 Best list 3 separate years. The Mazdaspeed3 is a psychologist nocturnal emission, and since No Nut November is over, it's time to get our socks nice and crusty again. Because you can trace the origins to the cognitive biases that compelled it into existence, namely the halo effect. We're not talking about Master Chief, although the design of this car is relatively Spartan. The halo effect is when we allow our opinions of something to be influenced by the other positive traits that the person or thing possesses. Some people equate attractiveness to intelligence or morality, despite having no evidence to support their goodliness or morality other than that they're good looking. It's why people think a Kia Forte is better than a Toyota Corolla, because the aesthetic gives off the appearance of capability and durability. We're assigning positive traits to the car, at least in this instance, in order to convince ourselves that we're not simply buying a car because it looks nice. In the case of the Mazdaspeed3, its proximity to the standard Mazda 3 has the potential to make it attractive to people wanting something with a bit more bite to it, or a bit more yeah to it. The strength and durability of the MZR 2.3 DISI turbo engine could make you overlook a lot, so that you're more forgiving of hot hatch aesthetics than you might have been. Of course, this is also an example of the reverse halo effect, where positive traits can make us think negatively about someone. Oh, he's hot, so he must be a himbo, with his beautiful idiot face, throwing on a pair of wrinkled old jeans hoping they'll straighten out as he walks around. Voice sharpening with urgency for every minute his grilled cheese remains unmade. In this case, because the Mazda 3 was based off of the Ford C1 platform, which made it bigger than the standard Mazda subcompact, the Speed 3 ran the risk of catching shrapnel from people who didn't like the direction the Mazda 3 took. Or the It's hard to know how this really changed any minds, but I feel like it probably didn't. Since this car didn't last past 2003, that's when the Fiesta ST took over. But whether that's the side effect of a reverse halo or just the market that wouldn't have sustained any non-Miata, non-looking car is anybody's guess. But you can enjoy a Mazdaspeed3 whether you're a tuner bro or an academic with doctor in front of your name and a bunch of letters at the end of it. Mazdaspeed3. A WRX for when you don't want the socio-cultural baggage of a WRX. Some people want to party all the time, but some people want to leave the party where it is. You're meant to enjoy a Mazdaspeed3, and then you leave it in the garage and hop back on the blockchain. But we're never gonna survive unless we suck a little penis. No, we're never gonna survive unless we bust a little too soon. But we're never gonna survive unless we take a diuretic before. No, we're never gonna survive unless we cry a little during. But we're never gonna survive unless we bust on a little pizza. No, we're never gonna survive unless we have a little pizza.